What's up, guys? Another episode of Vaping with Caleb. Today we will be taking a look at the Profile Unity Mesh RTA. It is still sealed up in the packaging. Just got it, borrowing it from a friend actually before they get their hands on it so that I can do the review. We're not out of the woods yet on the vape bans and all the bullshit going on. So if you still need to be calling the White House, you still need to be calling your local representatives for your state and your cities. We did have a little bit of a... Trump actually listened to what was going on and seemed to understand that, we're not necessarily the reason that all the problems are happening. So maybe we can have a little bit of a room to breathe for a little bit. They do still have the PMTA hearing coming up, so we still have that. They still could do the predated products where they have to go through PMTA inspections. That's going to cost the vape industry millions of dollars. So we still need to be calling our local representatives, the White House. Check out CASA and the UVA. I'll put links down below. Without much further ado, though, let's drop it down, throw a build on this. Alright, guys, here's the packaging for the Profile Unity. Front, clear display. You have your extra glass. Profile Unity, designed by WOTOFO, Mr. Just Right 1 and TVC. Next Mesh, powered by OfferOff Next Mesh, WOTOFO.com. Do have social link and color. Contents of the package: scratch and sniff sticker, scan code, Profile Unity. And on the back we do have just attention, warnings, your basic shit. If you want to freeze frame on the contents, give you that. Let's go ahead and get this packaging open. Get that out of the way so maybe that glare will go away. So there's your contents. So when we open the package up, what do we get? Throw that over there. This is going to be your expansion for your 5 ml capacity. Normally this tank is a 3.5 ml with this barrel that's installed. There's your tank. Take that out. We do have your coiling rod and screwdriver. 2 pieces of 6mm cotton, extra O-rings, screws, and your tank adapter, your barrel adapter to use the 5 ml tank. And it looks like 2 pieces, and like the Profile, they went with the Next Mesh on this one instead of the standard WOTOFO coil. Get the box out of the way. We do have an instruction manual. Zoom out a little bit for y'all to see how big this thing really is. But it is in color. It's not the normal little bullshit manual, so I like that. So, when we look at the tank, we do have a protruding 510 pin. Let's zoom back in. So we do have a protruding 510 pin that it does have an isolator on it. We have Mr. Just Right 1, WOTOFO, TVC, Profile Unity, warnings. Up top we have a 810 size goon style drip tip. So far so good. Bayonet style seal with a gasket inside here. It does have like a rainbow glass looking effect going on the inside. We have a locking O-ring or locking adjustable airflow. And there's our build deck. Trying to get this barrel loose. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at the build deck on this. So, like the Profile RDA, do have the little spring-loaded jammy here. Does actually feel a little bit stiffer than the original Profile was. And of course that screwdriver is not going to work. So you do just back these out a couple of turns. They open up. They're not spring loaded. And the screws, just from experience on the the regular Profile, the screws will pop out if you're not paying attention. So just fair warning, guys. Get one of these coils out of here. Just looking at this coil setup, these are a little bit finer mesh, so that's why it's going to be a little bit lower. You're just going to put that on there, bend it around and twist. Drop that in. Don't push on it, but just hold it down. Don't push on it, just hold down. And go ahead and throw it on a mud and dry burn it. I would recommend about 15 to 20 watts for your dry burning. By the way, guys, this is a 3.5 ml tank with the regular glass, and then it is a 5 ml with the expansion tube on it. So without burning it, it is looking like it is a 0.14. And we are heating up nicely. No adjustments, no. So we'll let that cool down. Grab my scissors. And all we're going to do with this is the aggregated 6mm cotton that they give you. It looks like they did change it a little bit from the original. You're going to pull that through about halfway. Give a 45-degree cut on that side. And a 45 on that side. And all we're going to do, I'm going to fluff that out just a little bit. I'm going to take the bottom cotton, and you're just going to kind of, you don't want to completely fill this up. You just kind of want to have it floating in there and filling. Basically, you're just trying to cover the top. You don't have to pack it real tight or anything like that. That's actually longer than I would like it to be. I'm going to pull that out and I'm going to trim a little bit off of there. Cut some of this extra that we got up top here. You don't want the cotton to be pulling down, but at the same time you don't want it being too much. You want to still be able to get your This does have a weird floating pin style design to it. Not sure. I still ain't been able to get that barrel off. Finally got her loose. Okay, so what you're going to do to put the expansion tank in, you're going to thread this little guy on there. Put your bigger glass in. And that takes it from 3 mLs up to 5. Today we are going to be using belts, rainbow sour belts. Go ahead and put this on so I can soak my cotton. I'm just gonna put it back together. You do have decent sized kidney holes in here. Alright guys, let's take it back up top, have a vape on it, tell you what I think. And that's the Profile Unity up close. Focus. Alright. So, running this guy at 65 watts. Come out to a 0.12 ohm using the next mesh from off. So what are my thoughts on this? First off, let's go ahead and cover the cons on it. You can't take the tank apart while it's on the mod, or I haven't been able to. You can get the top part off, you can't get the build deck off. So that's kind of a downside. The fill ports on this, even using a unicorn bottle, are kind of narrow. Like, they're barely wide enough for the tip of a unicorn bottle. So you do make a mess sometimes. Other than that, not a whole lot of cons on this. I've used it in both the short and the tall mode. It's got great flavor. It's not quite as good as what you would expect from an RDA, or the Profile RDA even. The flavor was a little better, but you're using a tank, so you're not gonna have dripper like quality out of a RTA. Airflow is nice, wide open. It's not too airy, but you get It's not real loud. I think my batteries are about dead. Really easy to build on. Great tank for beginners, I would say. It's not foolproof, but it's not something that you're going to spend hours trying to figure out. As long as you wick it right, you're good. And they make the aggregated cotton on the pre-cut mesh strips. You're not going old school, having to cut your own mesh and all that. So with that being said, I would say 7.5-ish on a 10 scale. Pricing on this is going to be the suggested retail pricing is $34.99, or that's what WOTOFO has it selling for right now. I've seen them anywhere from $15 to $40 online. 8Vape has them for $15.99 right now. They're just limited on colors. The mesh strips, I looked on 8Vape and they were, I think, $6.95 or $7.95 for a 10-pack of the mesh strips, and that should last you a good while. Because I mean, you can still dry burn the coil and clean them just like a regular coil. The cotton is 10 packs, and they're $4.50, $5, $4 to $6 for a 10-pack. So all in all, I mean, you'd probably get out the door under $35 for the mesh and the cotton, the mesh, the strips, and the cotton and the tank. So you're not dropping a whole lot of cash, and great flavor, like I said, good little tank. Y'all have a great week. Just keep it cloudy.